Hello learners. In this class we'll discuss regarding analysis and design of double enforced sections by limit state method. Now, as you know, in case of single enforced sections, the moment of resistance is limited till xu is equal to xu maximum, and when xu is greater than xu maximum, the capacity is less, and if the bending moment is more than this limiting capacity, then we have to go for this double enforced sections. So the balanced moment between the differential moment between the mu limiting and the mu at the applied bending moment and the moment of resistance of a single enforced section at limiting case, so that the difference will be taken as the bending moment for which the steel is to be provided both in steel in compression as well as in tension. So that is a double enforced section. Further, due to the architectural point of view, sometimes these size of beams are limited, and in that case also we provide these double enforced sections because the capacity is less. We have to provide that. Now let us see. It's a double enforced sections. All are dimensions. It's the width of the beam, the effective depth from the top compression fiber to this center of tensile steel. Overall depth is capital D. AS is the area of steel in compression. AST is the area of steel in tension, and these are the strain diagram. The maximum strain in compression fiber is 0.0035. The neutral axis at a distance xu, and this compression steel, the strain in the compressive steel is epsilon SC, and epsilon ST the strain in the steel. Now this, if you take this force diagram, then it will be FST, and here the maximum stress in concrete will be maximum stress 0.446 FCK. This is not 7. This you can take this 0.446 FCK. So this value will be 0.446 FCK. Then this is not 7. And what are the forces? One force will be due to tension, that is FST into AST, that is 0.87 Fy into AST. That's the force in steel. And the stress of the area of the concrete block and the force in the concrete in compression, that is 0.36 FCK into BXU. It is already known to you from the single enforced section. And the force at the level of compressive steel is equal to the FASC minus 0.446 FCK into ASC. ASC is the area. What is this 0.446 FCK? This is basically the concrete that is being replaced by the steel. So the area, as much as area of steel you are providing, that much concrete is being taken away. So that is to be subtracted of the final stress FASCG minus 0.446 FCK. In the code as well as in some textbooks, this 0.44 FCK has been omitted because it is the value is very minimum in comparison to total value. So you may consider or may not consider. But if you want exact calculation, you should take this 0.446 FCK into considerations. Now, to find out the neutral axis, the basic concept is the total force in compression is equal to total force in tension. So let us see what the background behind the calculations. Now, as we have seen here, that you can see the total force in compression is equal to total force in tension. So 0.3 FCK BXU is the force of this concrete above the neutral axis. And the compressive force in the steel, that is FAC, stress in steel in compression into area of steel in compression minus the area of the concrete being removed, that is 0.446 FCK the stress into ASC, the again the same area. So this is equal to your tensile force 0.87 Fy AST. So from this equation you will able to find out your neutral axis. So let's see what are the steps. If you take these steps, how to calculate this equation and to solve this equation. To solve this equation, first you assume your xu is equal to xu maximum. You don't know because you have to try somewhere. By trial and error you have to find the neutral axis. That's that solution, because you have to calculate FASC. FASC is not known to you. That is the stress in steel in compression at that level. So that depends on strain diagram. So from this strain diagram, you have to find out this stress from the stress strain curve. you can find the value of stress corresponding to the strain at that level. So strain at that level is equal to, if you go to this strain diagram, and then you have to draw the similar triangle. This by this is equal to this by this. So from this diagram, 0.0035, it is a epsilon SC by 0.0035 is equal to then the distance. So this is xu minus d dash, this is xu. So you can put the formula and find out the value of your strain at that level. So strain at that level is found out by this formula. So this is the formula 0.0035 by xu maximum. Xu maximum, if you take xu is equal to xu maximum in the first trial, you can put x is equal to xu maximum. And corresponding to this value of strain from the stress strain diagram, find the value of stress FAC from the stress strain diagram. Now you can find out this. Values of forces. What the compressive force, what is the tensile force. Now if we take the compressive force, it is equal to the force due to the concrete above the neutral axis 0.36 FCK BXU. Okay, above the neutral axis, what is the value of this concrete block, and then you have the area of steel here. So ASC into the stress is FSC minus 0.446 FCK. That is due to your stress in concrete, which is equal to, and tensile force is equal to 0.87 FI AST. Now you compare CU with TU. Okay, so if they are equal or nearly equal, then your assumption is correct. The first trial is okay. If it is not okay, then you see whether CU is more than TU or CU is less than TU. If CU is more than TU, then you decrease the value of XU that you have assumed initially, and if it is less than that, they increase the value of XU. Now again go another trial, and then within 2-3 trials you will be able to find out the value of XU where CU is approximately equal to TU. So this will give you the value of neutral axis. Now once you know the neutral axis, then you have to find out the moment of resistance. So how to find the moment of resistance? So first you calculate the value of XU, okay, as already you have described there, and then XU maximum again I have told, go to page 70, formulas are given. So calculate XU maximum for a particular grade of steel. So XU maximum by D is equal to some value, so you can find the value of XU maximum. Now check whether XU is less than XU maximum, or XU is equal to XU maximum, or XU is greater than XU maximum. So the 3 conditions will arise. If XU is less than XU maximum, then it is a under reinforced section. So calculate the value of moment of resistance. What is the moment of resistance? Force multiply lever arm. So force is concrete is 0.36 FCK BXU, and then lever arm is D minus 0.42 XU. So if you will again clarify in the neutral axis. So if these are the concrete, so the concrete CG, the CG is at 0.42 XU. So what is the distance between this force of concrete and this steel? So this distance is D minus 0.42 XU. Similarly, the distance between the compressive force in steel, the lever arm is D minus D dash. So this distance is D dash. If you have steel here, so you have this distance is D dash. So D minus D dash is the lever arm between the compressive steel and the tensile steel. So FS is the stress in steel, AS is the area, multiply D minus D dash, minus you have to do this. So in many books, even in quotes, this has been neglected because the value is coming less. So it is your choice whether you keep or you can remove this part. Now all the things are known. FCK you know this value of FCK, but you don't know the value of FAC. FAC is not your 0.87 Fy. FAC is equal to the stress in steel in compression. So you have to find out this corresponding to the strain at that level. So you know the XU, find out the strain at the level of the compression steel using this formula. Then corresponding to this strain, go to the stress strain curve, find the value of stress in steel. Okay, so then you put the value here and find the moment of resistance. Now, if it is a balance section that XU is equal to XU maximum, so what you will do? So you put the formula for limiting case. If XU is equal to XU maximum, then you can do that. Your in case of XU in the above formula, put XU maximum 0.36 FCK B XU maximum, D minus 0.42 XU maximum, then FASC into ASC D minus D dash, and minus 0.446 FCK ASC D minus D dash. So these remain same. Only here XU is equal to XU maximum. But how to now the value of FC? Now this value of FC corresponding to the strain, and the X is equal to XU maximum. So calculate the value of strain corresponding to XU maximum, and then for this strain calculate the value of stress from this stress strain diagram, and then find the value of MU limiting. And if XU is greater than XU maximum, then you have to redesign the section. You have to increase the depth of the section. However, if somebody asks what is the moment of resistance of that section, if XU is greater than XU maximum, then it is limited. The value is limited to MU limiting. So again, you can calculate the MU limiting, and that will get taken as the moment of resistance for this over-enforced sections. Now, how to design the section? To design the section, you have two things. Designing the section means you have to find the area of steel. In earlier case, the area of steel in the tension and compression was known to us, and we are finding the moment of resistance of the section at the moment capacity of the section. Now, in the second time in the design of section problems, you will be given the value of bending moment. So MU is given. Okay, the bending moment applied ultimate moment of the section is given. So you have to find out the area of steel in tension, area of steel in compression. That you have to find out. So now this area of steel has two parts. One is AST1 and another is AST2. So AST1 and AST2, there are two parts. AST1 corresponds to the limiting capacity of a single reinforced section. So MU limiting of a single reinforced section calculate, and then your MU minus MU limiting, for which the excess moment you will provide steel both in compression and tension. So this will be your AST2. So what is this moment? Moment is equal to force into lever arm. So put that value. So moment by stress 0.87 Fy into D dash D minus 0.42 XU limiting. So 0.42 XU limiting, that is for this limiting moment. Now for here it will be 0.87 Fy D minus D dash. So how it comes? Because you are providing some steel in compression here, you are providing some steel in tension here. So this is AST2 and this is your ASC. Okay, they have some relationship. Now the moment is MU minus MU limiting, but the stress at this level, the stress in the steel in tension, that is 0.87 Fy, then lever arm is D minus D dash. So by dividing that, you will find out the value of AST2. Now how to find ASC? ASC is equal to again the same moment, MU minus MU limiting, divided by the stress FASC minus 0.446 FCK into D minus D dash. So what is FASC? FASC will be calculated from this value of strain at the taking XU is equal to XU maximum. And once you find the strain, then taking the strain into consideration from the stress strain curve, find the value of FASC, and that will give the value of ASC. A similar kind of concepts has been derived in your code. So please open your code page number. Open your code page number 96 or 97, like that. Page number 96. Open page number 96 of your code. Okay. Now in the code in annexure G, you will see what is given. It is given that this maximum moment, limiting moment. I was talking about the limiting moment of the single reinforced section. So MU limiting is equal to 0.36 XU maximum by D 1 minus 0.42 XU maximum by D BD square FCK. So this XU maximum by D value is known to you even in page number 70 for different grade of steel. So put the value to find the MU limiting of a single reinforced section. Then so what is the double reinforced sections? It is given here G1.2 section with the compression reinforcement. So when ultimate moment of resistance of section is more than the limiting moment, then compression reinforcement may be obtained by this formula: mu minus mu limiting Fs into Asc into d minus d dash. That you will find out the compression reinforcement. So Asc can be obtained. But what is FASC? FASC again we have discussed correspond to 0.0035 xu maximum minus d dash by xu maximum. The same value is taken here, and here they have neglected the value of this stress in concrete at the level of compression steel. Now, how to find total steel AST? AST is equal to AST1 plus AST2. So from this you can find out the AST1. AST1 corresponds to the mu limiting area of the tensile reinforcement for a single reinforced section for mu limiting. So if you have found out already FASC, okay, FASC is obtained. Now if you got the FASC and then ASC, so if ASC is known to you, then you can find out the value of AST2. AST2 into 0.87y is equal to ASC into FASC, because I have already discussed that these excess bending moment, for the excess bending moment you are providing steel at the top as well as on the bottom, and the tension phase as well as the compression phase. So this is basically your ASC and this is equal to your AST2. So now the force will be in equilibrium. So AST2 into 0.87 is the stress at that level. Then here it is ASC into stress in steel in compression, that is FASC. So ASC into FASC is equal to 0.87 Fi AST2. So if you know ASC and you have known the FASC, that is the stress in the steel in compression correspond to the strain already explained earlier. So you can find the value of AST2. So this is all regarding this your analysis of double reinforced sections. In the next class we'll discuss regarding problems on this analysis of and design of double reinforced sections. With this we conclude this lecture, and have a nice day.